Border Wars is freshly over. You are now the ROH World Champion.
You're a cancer, you're a sickness in this company. So we're gonna find somebody that can beat you for that title.
I am so sick of being lumped into Camp Cornette. I'm not your business associate. I fight for me and what I believe in, and me only. You give me that match, because if I don't get to kick his ass, I'm gonna kick yours.
I'm gonna give you the same deal I gave him. You've got one more chance, Davey. If you don't make it good in New York, you'll never get another one, and I'll find somebody that can.
There's a brand new wolf. He's bloodthirsty. I'm gonna be your worst nightmare. And your nightmare begins in New York City.
Of Honor.
From the Dewbergs Arena in Baltimore, Maryland, welcome to Ring of Honor Wrestling. As you just saw, Kevin Steen, the new world champion, will be rematched against Davey Richards in New York, June 24th. It will now be Richards' last chance at the title. I'm Kevin Kelly, alongside Nigel McGuinness. And Nigel, tonight a tremendous main event.
It certainly is. It's a die-hard challenge match as Eddie Edwards faces Davey Richards in a rematch of the 2011 Match of the Year. But right now, another player in the title picture, unbreakable Michael Elgin, is on his way to the ring. Look at the size of him. He's massive, he's sturdy, and he is a very dangerous individual. People have called him the breakout star of 2012, Kevin.
He certainly is. Let's go to Bobby Cruz.
This match is set for one fall. Introducing first, the accompanied by Truth Martini. Wrestling out of Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Weighing 245 pounds, he is representing the House of Truth, Unbreakable Michael Elgin.
And he continues to get better and better each and every matchup. While Michael Elgin was scary strong in his victory over Adam Cole in Toronto, and there is starting to be talk that he surpassed Roderick Strong in the HOT pecking order. You can bet Strong has heard it. Truth's a master manipulator to keep that group together as Elgin tonight faces a young man with a bright future.
Absolutely, and Taven has yet to score a win on TV, but he's faced a lot of tough competition. Ciampa, Mondo, and now Elgin. We're looking for big things from him, but it only takes one win to put you on the fast track here in Ring of Honor.
His opponent, wrestling out of Los Angeles, California, weighing 212 pounds, Matt Taven.
So it's Matt Taven against Michael Elgin. Here in the hour, we will see Richards, Edwards 4 in our main event. Let's go to the tail of the tape, where you can see both men in their mid-20s. Totally different body types, though. Taven 4 inches taller, Elgin 30 pounds heavier. Code of honor? Yeah, Elgin could hurt you with that handshake. So let's see if it's adhered to. Truth Martini, of course, seconding Elgin as always, and a lot of controversy about the House of Truth. Is there some sort of collusion brewing between the House of Truth and Embassy Limited? To get more into that story, continuing to do our work.
That was an evil handshake. Did you see that?
It certainly was. So
wow.
Elgin quickly backing Taven into the corner. Referee Paul Turner calling for the break. Out of the way, though, is Taven, who will certainly have the quickness advantage, but Elgin's got the power game on his side for sure.
That's what he's got to do. Shuck and jive. Keep away from that big man. Wait a second.
Oh, look who
here
it
he
is. Oh, Truth Martini.
Gentlemen, hey, Kevin Smelly, how you doing?
Oh, great. We're still 8 years old. Hey, let's talk quickly about these collusionary efforts that apparently you, Prince Don, and R.D. Evans have been cooking up behind the scenes. What's the story?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I know you're trying to stir things up right here, okay? And you're going to hear it straight from the horse's mouth right now. Everything is fine.
Okay, sure.
Everything is fine. Ixfay.
Yeah, whatever. Don't even start talking your nonsense from that book of truth. Look at the way Elgin gets tripped up there Taven is certainly using his quicks here very effectively against one of the breakout stars of 2012.
That's right, the breakout star of 2012. And he's in there with Matt Taven. Matt Taven, he's such a pretty boy. I don't know whether I want to kiss his lips or punch his lips.
Well, Elgin wants to do the latter, and he's going to have his hands full, Elgin will, with the Belfast bruiser, Fit Finley at best in the world. Truth, what about
Watch
that?
Elgin right here. Look at Elgin!
Cover 2. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable strength. I've never seen anything like that.
Breakout star of 2012.
Absolutely.
All right, let's talk about Truth. What else is on your mind here?
Listen, I just want to say that there are no problems in the House of Truth right now. I know you've been trying to stir things up.
All right, so wait a minute now. You got the television champion, you got Elgin, you got Rhino. What else you want?
You're right. I pretty much have almost everything for what I want. But what I do want next, I want tag team gold. You heard me, Kevin. You heard me, Nigel. I want tag team gold. And there's a stepping ladder I have to step up. So I want to, right here, right now, I want to issue a challenge to the Briscoe brothers.
What? What, for Elgin and Roddy?
No. There's a new team I have under my wing. These are two men, I can't even say their names. That's how dangerous they are. Nigel, you'd run for cover if you knew who they were. Briscoe brothers, take that wax out here and listen to me clearly. I'm coming after you. I'm throwing out a challenge to you, Briscoe brothers. Either put up or shut up. Do you or do you not accept my Guardians of Truth?
Your Guardians of Truth, okay.
Catchy.
Certainly is.
Like a lot of things about you, Truth.
Well, why don't you ring the Briscoes up? Why don't you give them a call and say, hey.
I'm right now, I'm challenging them on national TV. The challenge is out there.
Ooh, look at the power of Elgin. Still using his quickness, though, is Taven. Doing all he can. Oh, but tried to be elusive. Caught in the grip of the unbreakable one. Leg hook, too, and he kicks out.
And I'm a man of persistence. If the Briscoe brothers don't answer this, I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep going forward because they have to accept this challenge with my Guardians of Truth.
No doesn't mean no, it means I need more information, right?
So Elgin pounding away on Matt Taven now, who's had the strength on his side. It'll be Elgin against the Belfast bruiser Fit Finley at best in the world. Of course, the new tag team champions, Haas and Benjamin. We will talk to them here in this hour. And, Roderick Strong, Jay Lethal, Tommaso Ciampa, both of them want a shot at Roddy, want a shot at the TV title.
Who wants a shot?
Oh, Jay Lethal and Tommaso Ciampa.
There you go again. You're stirring things up.
Oh, please.
Now, I'm tired of this, Kevin Kelly. Like I said, everything's under control. There are no problems. The only problem I've had is when I read the obituary this morning, Nigel McGuinness's name was not in it.
All right, that's enough out of you. Let's focus on the ring. Let's focus on Matt Taven and Michael Elgin. This has been a great matchup. This is a roll through. Could this be? Wow. That would have been a huge upset. Taven's first win here in Ring of Honor against unbreakable Michael Elgin. It could happen.
It absolutely could. It's a huge match for him.
What fantasy world are you two living in? That is not going to happen. I have unbreakable Michael Elgin.
Oh!
I have the world television champion Roderick Strong. And now I want the best, the very best in tag team competition.
Ooh! Enziguri goes for the big boot.
Got him.
Right on the side, right above the ear, almost had it.
Wow, you don't look worried at all, Truth. Your man's in trouble out here. You're up here jaw-jacking with us instead of being down there doing your job.
He is the breakout star of 2012. This man can take care of himself. But once again...
So he doesn't need you at all.
All right, so Truth, you say these Guardians of Truth, they're going to wring the necks of the boys from Sandy Fork, Delaware. Is that your point?
That is my point. Do you want to know the names of these men?
Yes.
No. Because if I said it, you're going to run for cover. These men have been kicked out everywhere they've been.
Oh,
Gentlemen, everybody, what's going on?
Well, the sunset flip deadlifts him into the buckle bomb. And now, hooked up tight, sit out, power bomb.
And three.
The winner of the match, unbreakable Michael Elgin.
I'd like to say thank you, Truth Martini, but I wouldn't mean it. On a night where we will see Davey Richards versus Eddie Edwards later on Michael Elgin with an emphatic win, counting down to Best in the World, where he takes on Fit Finley. Let's take a look at some replay action here from this great opening contest.
Look at that, deadlifts from a cold start on the apron, all the way in for a superplex. And then he tried for the sunset bomb off the top, but too strong, picks him all the way up into the buckle. And finally, all the way up, spinning, power bomb. No way anybody is kicking out of that.
Hey, let's go to Veda Scott in the locker room with one of our main eventers.
I'm here with Eddie Edwards, and Eddie, like you were telling me earlier, tonight your match may be the most important match against Davey Richards you've ever had.
That's true. You know, the first time we faced, I beat Davey for the TV title. The last 2 times we faced, he beat me, he won the title, and then he kept the title. This time, it's not about championships. This time, if I beat Davey Richards and he goes on to New York City and loses, he's done. I get my shot. But if I beat Davey Richards tonight and he goes on to New York City and wins, I still get my shot. So bottom line is, I need to beat Davey Richards tonight.
Welcome back to Ring of Honor Wrestling, everybody. Richards Edwards 4 is our main event. But, Nigel, we have new World Tag Team Champions Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin. And after what happened at Border Wars in Toronto, it's not so much that they won, but it's how Haas and Benjamin won that has shocked everyone.
Exactly. In ROH, a fight without honour means that both sides agree anything goes, fair or foul, to get the victory. But what Charlie Haas did in Toronto, to me, he took one big Eartha Kitt on everything that Ring of Honor stands for.
Good God Almighty!
This place has come unglued!
With a fight without honor, there are no rules.
So, oh, that'll do it.
There are no consequences.
Oh!
Good God. And maybe, just maybe, this may settle things once and for all. Oh! What the hell does Charlie Haas have in his hand? What the hell is that?
What is he? Is that
What the hell is that? Oh my God! I'm serious.
Is that ether?
I don't know what it is, but right now it's in the face of Mark Briscoe. It's choking fumes. Are you kidding me? Of all ways to win.
You know what the problem with Toronto was? It was Mark Briscoe. He had so much chicken grease all over him, I couldn't get a hold of him. That's why it took us so long in order for me to put that sleeper on him.
This isn't what Ring of Honor is about. Ring of Honor was based about honor. That's why it's in the title.
I grabbed a towel and some disinfectant, and I wiped him clean. And then I choked him out.
This isn't what we did building this company to allow the tag titles to change hands like this.
We are the World Tag Team Champions. We told them, boys!
Ladies and gentlemen, my guests this time are the new Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin, wrestling's greatest tag team.
And look at the smile on his kisser. As proud as you can be. No shame whatsoever. It's disgraceful when I think about all the people who have bled, sweated, cried for this company. Charlie Haas. Well, let's hear what he's got to say, see if he's going to try and defend his position or if he just doesn't care.
Gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. I have just one question. Are you proud of what you did at Border Wars?
You know, I'm not going to stand up here and say I told you so. And I'm sure as hell not going to sit up here and toot our own horns. But toot toot. Toot, 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 toot. Let's talk about what happened in Toronto. Fight without honor. Well, Mark Briscoe, you were covered with so much chicken grease, I had to take a towel, spray disinfectant on it, wipe you dry in order to put that sleeper on you. And you know what the rest happened, didn't you? After he passed out and I pinned him, wrestling's greatest tag team put greatness into tag team wrestling by becoming once again your new ROH World Tag Team Champions.
Well, there certainly are a lot of teams that are gunning for you. Most notably, the All Night Express, Best in the World, June 24th.
You know what? Before we get to that, you talk about gunning for us. You know, ever since we got here, people have been gunning for us, and we've been laying guys out left and right. And you know what happens? We get fined. 5,000 here, 5,000 there, a suspension here. We're sick of it. So from now on, this is to any team in Ring of Honor. If you step in the ring with wrestling's greatest tag team, you have this thing called a code of honor where you shake hands. Well, that's an official waiver. That means when you step in the ring, you understand that you are putting yourself in serious bodily harm, and Ring of Honor can't fine us, suspend us, and your ass is grass.
Yeah!
With that being said, you want to bring up the All Night Express.
Who?
The All Night Express.
Who?
The All Night Express.
Who?
These are the guys who everyone says should be champion. According to who? What have they done? Who've they beaten? You know, they've been riding this whole Rhett Titus's knee has been limp for too long. Quite frankly, they've always been a lame team. They've always wanted to be what wrestling's greatest tag team is. But quite frankly, and now they want a tag team title match? Well, I tell you what, you boys can want in one hand, take a crap in the other, and see which one fills up first.
Well, you better be careful who you talk about in Ring of Honor, because they're liable to come out here and make their voices heard too. Rhett Titus, Kenny King, they got something to prove in New York City. Maybe they're going to prove it here.
Red, Kenny, please.
Look, we're sitting back there listening to a bunch of garbage, and we had to come out here and put a stop to it. Charlie and Shelton, you come out here with your old-ass jokes. You come out here with your old-ass skin and them old-ass moves that you've been using for 10 years now. At Best in the World, when you step into the ring with the All Night Express, we're going to turn your old ass into old news.
We, the All Night Express, deserved our title shot. We earned it at the Proving Ground over 6 months ago, and we never got it. And now, we're back and better than ever. And whether you want to face it or not, you too are looking at the next Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions.
No, what we're looking at are just another tag team who wish they were wrestling's greatest tag team. See ya.
They clearly don't take them very seriously. Oh, wait a second. This one's... We're going to see some action here, ladies and gentlemen. This one breaking down. Double clotheslines for wrestling's greatest tag team. All right, 1, 2, and 3. Well, I guess they're going to have to take the All Night Express more seriously now. They proved something to me and everybody else here in Ring of Honor. Still to come tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it's Richards versus Edwards. Don't you dare go away.
A tag team rivalry will come to a singular end
Plus, more matches have been announced for Best in the World Hostage Crisis. That's tonight, inside Ring of Honor. Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin won the World Tag Team Championship from the Briscoe brothers in Toronto with one of the most disgusting tactics ever seen in Ring of Honor. Haas used an ether-based substance to literally render Mark Briscoe unconscious. Since the Briscoes and wrestling's greatest tag team will not be matched again for the tag title, Jay Briscoe has demanded a match against Charlie Haas to get even for what Haas did to his brother Mark. This Friday night, June 15th at the Civic Center in Charleston, West Virginia, it's Jay Briscoe versus Charlie Haas in a Texas death match. Anything goes, and the match goes on until one man is unable to continue.
Charlie Haas, this done gone on for too long. This feud done went too far, Charlie Haas. You done tried to take my manhood. You done took our belts. Damn near tried to kill my brother Charlie Haas. This Friday night in West Virginia, this feud comes to an end. Texas death match. It ain't gonna matter. Pinfall submissions, that don't matter. Somebody's gonna get knocked the hell out. And it ain't gonna be me, Charlie. Charleston, West Virginia, this Friday night, I'm gonna walk the dog on your ass, boy.
This match will be contested under the same Texas death rules, originated by Dory Funk Sr. in Amarillo, Texas, over 50 years ago. Meanwhile, fans from all over the world are flocking to New York City to be a part of the big event of the summer, Sunday, June 24th, Best in the World, Hostage Crisis. It's live at the Manhattan Center's Hammerstein Ballroom, June 24th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you can't be there live, you can see it live as it happens on ROHWrestling.com. Just log on for all the information. In the main event, former world champion Davey Richards, with Kyle O'Reilly in his corner, will challenge new champion Kevin Steen with Jimmy Jacobs in the most important rematch in ROH history. Jim Cornette has issued an ultimatum to Richards. This will be his last chance at Steen and the world title. For the World Tag Team Championship, Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin defend against Rhett Titus and Kenny King, the All Night Express. Haas and Benjamin have been giving the Express no respect, but that has only enraged the challengers. And this match just signed for the World Television title, a triple threat match. Champion Roderick Strong versus Jay Lethal versus Tommaso Ciampa.
Truth, what is the deal? Tommaso Ciampa got himself put into that three-way match, and he wants to wrestle me next week at TV.
Right, just calm down.
No, I'm not going to calm down. I was told I wasn't going to have to wrestle him at all, and now I have to wrestle him twice?
Roderick, in your life's journey, this is just a different path that leads to the same location.
Now, the embassy is here right now to tell you people the truth about what's really going on here, huh? Truth is that
I think what His Majesty is trying to say to everyone is that Prince Nana did indeed advise Tommaso Ciampa to pursue a course other than the TV title at this time, but the vehement persuasion of Tommaso Ciampa led to an alteration of the arrangement far beyond Prince Nana's control. The triple threat should be an excellent sporting contest that we look very forward to. No further comment at this time.
I proved to the world that I could beat Tommaso Ciampa. Done. And now, rightfully so, I should be in contention for my Ring of Honor Television Championship that Roderick Strong holds, but Tommaso couldn't stop crying and whining, so Ring of Honor appeased them, and they made this match a triple threat match now at Best of the World. Well, thanks, Tommaso. Thanks for making it harder for all of us. And now I hear Roderick Strong's even crying now. About what? I have no idea. You're the champion. Be a man. I guess I'm the only man around. I'm the only one not crying. And I tell you what, there's going to be a hell of a lot more crying, especially from you, Roderick, because at Best in the World, I'm going to be the last man standing. Shine it up, because it's mine.
Also at Best in the World, a hybrid fighting rules match with Adam Cole facing Kyle O'Reilly, mixing pro wrestling with jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, and grappling. The winner will be declared by tap out or knockout.
Best in the World, New York City, Adam Cole versus Kyle O'Reilly, hybrid fighting rules. Now, Adam, you're a great pro wrestler, but I am a hybrid fighter. Adam, this match isn't about proving who the better man is. I've already done that. This match, it's about hurting you. It's about embarrassing you. So when you're lying at home in bed, unable to move, all you can do is think. And then you'll realize I was right all along.
Now, Kyle, don't get me wrong. I respect your credentials. But this is a professional wrestling match inside a professional wrestling ring. Whether you add a funny stipulation to it or not, the result will be no different. So, Kyle, I can promise you this. Come June 24th in New York City, Adam Cole is going to show you how good of a professional wrestler he really is.
Next week, more news on the biggest event of the summer, Best in the World. That's right here inside Ring of Honor. Welcome back to Ring of Honor. Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards have fought 3 times. Edwards won the first. The last 2 made history as the biggest box office attractions in Ring of Honor history. So Richards is up 2-1 in the series, and we've been joined by another member of the Ring of Honor commentary team, Steve Corino.
Oh, wow, you don't introduce Nigel like that. The redheaded stepchild of the broadcast team is here. You know, I'm here representing our new world champion, Kevin Steen, because I know you two will spend the next hour, 2 hours talking about the Golden Boys, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards.
Well, I guess that's your opinion. We'll see what happens. I would just ask that you maintain some level of impartiality if at all possible. This match demanded by this man. A die-hard challenge match where Eddie Edwards is challenging and trying to defeat a series of former world champions. It was former ECW world champion Rhino in a close one in Toronto. Give an assist to Truth Martini's miscue. And Eddie will meet former ROH champion Homicide on June 24th at Best in the World, trying to get big wins to stay in the title picture the old-fashioned way by earning it.
I know some former world champion that should stay out of my way. I'll let that one go. I wasn't talking to you. Maybe.
Well, the pressure on Davey Richards this time in New York is incredible. He's begged for another chance to make up to Ring of Honor for losing in Toronto. Jim Cornette has said this will be his last chance at the title. Either win it back or he'll find somebody that can.
He can't find anybody. Kevin Steen's momentum is going through the roof right now.
All right, let's go to Bobby Cruz for the introductions.
This is your television main event. It is set for one fall. Introducing first to my left, wrestling out of Boston, Massachusetts, weighing 211 pounds, Die Hard Eddie Edwards. His opponent to my right, wrestling out of Othello, Washington, weighing 208 pounds, American Wolf, Davey Richards.
2 of the biggest stars in ROH history, one-on-one for the first time on broadcast television. The bell rings right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Richards, Edwards 4. Let's go to the tail of the tape, where you can see both men similar in age, height, weight, former partners, former best friends. Then the world title came between them, but they will certainly follow the code of honor. So what will happen in Davey Richards' first match since losing the world title to Kevin Steen in Toronto at Border Wars? Steve Corino has joined Nigel and myself here at the broadcast position for what promises to be a Matt Classic.
And I'm bringing a little unbiased commentary to the Ring of Honor.
Well, Steve, I take offense to that because I have never been biased. Nigel has never been biased in our commentary at all.
Relax. Was I talking about you guys? Gee. Somebody's got a guilty conscience, Kevin. Nigel.
All right, well, listen, let's stop talking about ourselves and let's start talking about these 2 great athletes in the ring here.
All right, Nigel, so when you've got 2 former world champions, one with a title shot for Best in the World, the other one in Eddie Edwards trying to get back there, what is it that these 2 men can do here to gain victory?
Well, this is going to be a match where you're going to see the guys feel each other out because they know each other inside out. Steve, former world champion yourself, agree or disagree?
Oh, I agree with you, but let's face it, these guys are fighting for nothing. Kevin Steen, like I said before, his momentum is going through the roof. No matter who wins this match, the final thing is going to be that they will lose to the Ring of Honor world champion, Kevin Steen. That is a bottom line.
All right, well, you believe that Steen is a great box office attraction, correct?
Correct.
All right, then let's have a matchup where Kevin Steen defends the world title, and let's see what happens. How about that? It'll be great box office.
I don't understand why you're getting so hostile, Kevin. Maybe if you lived a little bit, you would realize how right Kevin Steen is, how right Jimmy Jacobs is, how right Steve Corino is. No matter how good the wrestlers here at Ring of Honor are, they are not up to par with Ring of Honor's world champion, Kevin Steen. How many times do I have to say it?
So Richards and Edwards know each other so well. Their 3 previous matchups were so evenly fought, and I think that's what we're going to see here in this one as this match unfolds. Will the emotions that have to be percolating through Davey Richards take their toll? Will Edwards be able to seize upon that opportunity? And fans, I want to remind everybody in Charleston, West Virginia, get ready. Next Friday, Ring of Honor's coming to town. Texas death match between Jay Briscoe and Charlie Haas. And don't forget about Pittsburgh on June the 30th as we honor another former world champion, Bruno Sammartino, the one and only. He's going to be there on the 30th in Pittsburgh.
Bruno Sammartino in his best days couldn't beat Kevin Steen.
Well, I certainly see how this is going to go as Eddie Edwards slips out there and applies the hammerlock.
You're saying he's unbeatable, Steve?
He's definitely unbeatable.
Even you couldn't beat him.
You're right, and now I joined him. After all this time, after all the punishment that I went through, redemption, you're going to be great, Steve. We got lots of plans for you. Nope, I starved all year. I sat there and watched Kevin Steen become the star that I knew that he would be in 2009.
Ooh! Richards catches Edwards in midair.
I don't want to say anything bad, but Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards are fighting a fight that Cornette wants them to fight. You know, no matter how great this match is and whoever the winner is, they are just pawns in Jim Cornette's game to rid Ring of Honor of Kevin Steen, and it's not going to happen.
So that's not how they see it.
How do they see it, Nigel?
I'm sure they see that they're both former world champions. They're both very capable and able to win that belt from Kevin Steen with or without Jim Cornette's help.
In 2012, I see Kevin Steen has defeated both Eddie Edwards and Davey Richards, but they haven't defeated him.
Not yet.
Oh, it's not yet now. I liked you better when you were rude.
All right, well, we'll see what happens with Kevin Steen against Davey Richards at Best in the World. Out on the floor, Edwards with the advantage.
Nigel, I've always liked you and respected you, but do you realize since you've come back, you've become a pawn in Jim Cornette's game?
How so?
How so? Look at you. Former world champion, a guy that I looked up to, even though I have more years in wrestling than you, and I don't want to, throw stones. Ow! But now you're like the nice guy, you're like a broadcast journalist. Man, you used to kick rear ends, take names. I really respected you.
Well,
I mean,
you
I
still respect me because I
do.
realized that Ring of Honor, look at this, full of guys that can still go 24/7.
Could be, half a count away.
And I knew I couldn't keep up with these guys anymore. Unlike other places in professional wrestling, I said I'm going to step aside and let the guys go who can go, and that includes Kevin Steen.
All right, well, instead of us having a conversation with each other, let's talk about the action in the ring.
Absolutely. Good idea.
Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards now setting up for the chin checker. Can he hit it on Richards, who knows him so well? Yes, he can.
No, look at that. As he dropped there, it was very slight, almost imperceptible. He altered the way he was being held, dropped into that armbar. The human game of chess. What a wonderful, wonderful thing to see.
Certainly is a lot of controversy throughout the city of Charleston right now with radio wars brewing. Planets Revis and K-Rock's BT on opposite sides. We'll find out what happens this Friday night in Charleston. Pounding away at each other on the floor, right on the apron of the ring, the edge of the ring. So dangerous.
So hard hitting.
Just listen. Oh! Down on the shoulder goes Edwards. Eddie Edwards' shoulder may have just been dislocated by Davey Richards. Could Richards Edwards 4 end like this?
I don't like that look in Davey Richards' eyes.
We have got one more commercial break. Eddie Edwards is in jeopardy. Fans, stay with us. We're back on Ring of Honor Wrestling. It's Richards Edwards 4 for the first time ever on broadcast television. Davey Richards pounding away on Eddie Edwards out on the floor. Before we went to commercial break, Eddie Edwards was sent shoulder first into the ring frame. Davey Richards has zeroed in, and it's a different American Wolf here this week on ROH.
Kevin Kelly, did you see Davey Richards assault that fan in the front row just because he has a Kevin Steen shirt on? Why don't you call that action? You just told me you were unbiased 5 minutes ago.
Well, that's why I was saying...
Oh, it's okay that Davey Richards can be rude because he's Jim Cornette's boy. Come on, guys, equal playing ground here.
There is no excuse for what Davey Richards just did.
Yeah.
You are correct.
Yeah, you wouldn't have said it unless I said it. Come on, Kevin, you're better than that.
Now, look at that. Even just a simple arm wringer sends a cascade of pain shooting through Edwards' body. Now, suplex. Sinclair in position and gets a shoulder up. Look at that, Nigel. You know what he's feeling right now. You know what Eddie Edwards is going through.
I've used this hold, actually. This is one of my patented holds years ago. Look how you trap both arms. There's only one way out of this. He has to drive with his back leg drive off his own shoulders, unless you're going to let him out yourself. Just like that.
You know, and Eddie Edwards on this Die Hard Challenge series where he's challenging former world champions and has had great success so far. He'll face Homicide, another former world champion at Best in the World. You know, going at, look at this now.
It's another hold that I actually have used in my repertoire. The Thames Barrier, all working on the shoulder joint and the rotator cuff.
Human anatomy not meant to bend in that fashion.
This is a new Davey Richards, without a doubt. It's aggressive, but it's smart aggressive. He's using his wrestling ability, but he is not giving us a chance. Well, I say that, he's just giving him an opportunity now. You can see he's affected by the fans. You know, he said last week Jim Cornette was wrong, and he wasn't affected by the fans in Toronto. But perhaps Jim Cornette was right. Here he is, taking an opportunity which he should have gone for.
Yeah, Davey Richards never loses his focus, but we were both there. We saw it. He did lose his focus in Toronto. Whether Richards wants to admit it or not, that's another story. And certainly the fans in New York will give him no relief. They are as opinionated as anywhere we go with Ring of Honor.
Hey, Davey can only blame himself, Kevin and Nigel.
Wait, look at Richards now. Despite the pain that he's in, that shoulder's killing him, somehow finding the will and the strength, trying the suplex attempt, couldn't do it though.
Even the reversal of the whip there puts more stress. Whoa!
Whoa! With one mighty turn, Edwards, with all he had, able to turn Richards inside out and send the American Wolf down.
I gotta ask, how do you think Davey's feeling right now? Crowd's not cheering for him like they used to. They've turned on him because he was a pawn in Jim Cornette's game.
I hear the crowd going crazy for both here.
You're hearing the wrong thing then.
Hey, tremendous noise inside the New Burns Arena. And next week, more of the same. The television title on the line. Tommaso Ciampa gets an opportunity at Roderick Strong. You got to be here to see that one. Wait a minute. Soaring!
Oh!
And scoring!
But have a look at Edwards. Screaming out in pain there. Grabbing that left arm. The damage was already done. I think after he hit Richards, he carried on and hit the guardrail. He could be in serious trouble now.
He's definitely in trouble. That shoulder can't take too much more.
So Eddie Edwards, despite the pain, soaring through his body, somehow able to muster up the will to fly and dive and score on Richards. But now Davey Richards has to find a way to get back on his feet, or can Eddie Edwards somehow will himself to victory in Richards-Edwards 4?
I don't know, if I'm Kevin Steen, I'm watching this and I'm worried because Richards has targeted a body part. Big missile drop kick, but again, grabs his arm again. As you can see, the damage is done.
Can barely hook a leg, and you can see there, was Richards able to kick out because of the pain through Eddie Edwards' left arm?
Exactly.
Nigel, you shouldn't worry about what Kevin Steen's doing right now. As a broadcast journalist and his head advisor, I'm watching the match for him. I'm breaking it down for him. And when we go back to the hotel tonight, I'm going to have it on my video camera, and we're going to break it down.
You can be worried for him.
Don't worry about what Kevin Steen's thinking. He's the champ.
The fans here in the Dewburns are going wild. There is a ton of emotion in the building for Richards Edwards 4. And Davey Richards now pounding away with some strikes. Wait a minute, Dragon suplex. Wow. 1, 2, oh!
What guts and determination from Edwards. Working class hero, every bit. Just, he pushed past the pain, hooked the arms and drove him over.
Yeah, but you can see he can't even move that left arm. It's virtually trapped at his side now. He's down a body part. Richards did an outstanding job of capitalizing on a body part, the absolute basics of professional wrestling.
Oh, I'm not going to take anything away from either one of them. They're both amazing athletes and even better professional wrestlers.
Oh, look at this now.
Kaimura on the top there. He's going to make him break it.
Oh, can Edwards somehow cause Richards to tumble? Yes, he can. As we've seen these two in their battles in the past, they jockey for supremacy on the top rope. Right now it's Richards driving his head like a battering ram.
And a lot of times you'll see this in matches where it can't be settled in the confines of the ring and it gets to this very high-risk area. Look at this.
Oh, no. This is never good.
10, 12 feet in the air.
Oh!
Into the armbar. That's fantastic. So smart. Kept hold of the superplex. Floated over into the armbar. He doesn't have it fully extended. Otherwise that arm would pop. Wait a second. Look at this. Oh, what a great reversal.
Into the Achilles lock.
Not the arm. Look at the arm. Too much damage done. He cannot link the left arm, and because of that, Richards reverses. Ankle lock.
Ankle lock applied from Davey Richards. Eddie Edwards had Richards where he wanted him, but couldn't clasp the hands. And now Richards, wait a minute.
Oh.
Oh, beautiful! Back into the armbar!
What an excellent match we got here.
You are not kidding again! You see the way Eddie forces his head inside, tries to roll through!
1, 2, wait a minute! Shoulders down, 2! Again! Edwards counters! 1, 2! Oh, the strength of Richards! Backslide 2, no!
Action too fast to call there.
Blast chop there from Edwards. Alarm clock scores! Oh!
Unbelievable.
Oh! Inside out goes Eddie Edwards.
Unbelievable action we have here. I can't wait to tell Kevin Steen all about this.
I can't wait to see Richards and Steen do battle again at Best in the World on June 24th in New York City from Manhattan Center's Hammerstein Ballroom on pay-per-view. Go to ROHWrestling.com for all the details.
And what an appreciative crowd here in Baltimore. This is what Ring of Honor is all about. The best athletes in the world today. We will have one winner and one loser. A true sport it is.
Both men are staggered and weakened, but it's Richards on the charge. Edward gets the boot up in just the nick of time. Eddie's going back to the top rope. Can he land some offense this time, or will Davey make him pay again? Oh. Right across the neck, right into the throat. How does he do it? How did Eddie Edwards just do that? Oh!
Planted him. He's going to look for that. Oh! Back chop. Is he out?
The CYF. Go! Chop your face almost gets it done.
And now coming down to the wire. Everybody's starting to stand here.
Edwards couldn't score with the double stomp. Roll through into the ankle lock.
Beautiful.
Will Edwards tap?
And He has it right in the middle of the ring where he should.
Davey just says tap, Eddie, tap.
Look at the intense look on Davey Richards' face.
Has to roll out of this, has to roll over his shoulder. There it is.
Edwards trying to keep his hips liquid, but he left himself wide open for that. The same move that gave him the Ring of Honor World title. Wait a minute, that's Jimmy Jacobs is down there at ringside now. Where did he come from? The Zombie Princess is out here. Oh, I guess for a better look, Steve.
Maybe he's scouting, Kevin.
Give me a break. Jacobs tries to knock Richards right off. Missile drop kick. Roll up, 2. Got it!
Oh, I missed it. What happened?
There's a 3 count. You missed it.
The winner of the
missed
match,
it as well.
Die Hard, Eddie Edwards.
As I was saying, Edwards missed it as well. He had no idea. Jacobs came out. Evidently, Carino didn't either, but we saw it.
I didn't see that on my monitor. You guys had my attention somewhere else.
Well, Eddie Edwards is victorious in Richards-Edwards 4. The Die Hard Challenge Series continues with another victory. Davey Richards tastes defeat as he marches to New York in the world title. Next week, Tommaso Ciampa challenges for the television title against Roderick Strong.
And Kevin, I'm going to have an exclusive interview with the Ring of Honor World Champion Kevin Steen.
Oh, I can hardly
exclusive.
Can hardly wait for that.
That's a bad break for Davey Richards here, without a doubt. Very unlucky. And such a shame, because, you know, that was what Ring of Honor was all about. But Jimmy Jacobs came out and ruined it.
Jimmy Jacobs' interference certainly caused great change in this matchup, but the results are Edwards never saw it, but Eddie Edwards is victorious over Davey Richards. As I mentioned, television title on the line next week. Roderick Strong against Tommaso Ciampa. We will see you next week.